Then we say if God would have just split the sea for us, but he would have not taken us on dry land, it would have sufficed. But he did take us on dry land. What's so special about that? In Kabbalah and Hasidic literature, we're told that this symbolism in going on dry land was not just to make life easier, because if they wouldn't have gone in dry land, what would the worst thing be? They would have gotten their shoes muddy. It's not the end of the world, especially if you just were saved from the Egyptian armies who were ready to kill you, and you got some mud on your boots. No one would have complained. Although we're Jews, and we probably would have found someone complaining about everything. We like to kvetch about everything. It's not really something that we really needed, that miracle, that the water, the seabed turned into dry land. What's the big deal about that? Just another unnecessary miracle? God does not perform miracles needlessly. There's a principle of Jewish thought that if you see a miracle happening, you have to understand that that miracle teaches you something. So the Kabbalists explain that dry land and sea represent two mindsets. The dry land is something where it's exposed to the whole world. Everyone could see what's on the floor here. Everyone could see what's on the surface of the land. The sea, by definition, symbolizes the things that are hidden from us, things that are elusive. In our world, there are levels of spirituality that are accessible to us. You just have to open your eyes. Some people like to keep their eyes shut, figuratively speaking, so they don't see the obstacles on the ground or the treasures on the ground. But if you open your eyes, you see whatever you could see. S-E-E. But in the sea, S-E-A, what, there's a midrash that says, what did the sea see? But when you look in the sea, you're on a ship and you're looking at the sea, you don't see anything. You just see water. You don't see all the life that's going on under the sea. There's a whole universe there, but you don't see it unless you go into a submarine. So what happened, what does that mean in spiritual terms? There are levels of spirituality that are in front of our eyes. We just have to make the effort to open our eyes. And once we open our eyes, we get a dose of spiritual energy. But then there's a world, it's called in the Zohar, the hidden world. There's a hidden world of spirituality, a whole sea of consciousness that we don't see because it's hidden. What happened at Mount Sinai and even earlier when the sea turned into dry land, what that means is that what the heretofore concealed world, the concealed consciousness, became revealed. At that moment, it says in the Midrash, even a lowly maidservant was able to see more spirituality than the great prophet Ezekiel, who describes the whole celestial order in heaven with all the angels, and he represents the highest level of vision. A simple person was able to see all of that during that period that the sea split. Where is that represented? It's represented by the dry land, by the sea becoming dry land. That which is concealed now becomes open and revealed. Everyone could see everything. That's why it was necessary, because it prepared them, it psyched them for the giving of the Torah at Mount Sinai, when the two worlds would finally meet forever. So that corresponds to Motzi. That's the next stage in the Seder. What is Motzi? The blessing we recite whenever we partake of bread. We make the blessing, Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. What does that word mean? Motzi means to extract something that's embedded in the earth, something that's hidden in the earth. The energy of the earth all of a sudden becomes extracted and turns into bread that nourishes and nurtures us. Motzi means taking something out. That's what happened when the sea became dry. It took the hidden levels of spirituality and brought it out into the open. That's Motzi.